All right. Bonsoir. Good afternoon.
Bonsoir.
I'm Alexandra J. Tomei. I'm here at the Future of Cities. Welcome to our podcast room and to our Climate and Innovation Hub. It's an honor to have you. Weiselande, Yanui, Cesar is your full name, but you do prefer the nickname Yanui, correct?
Yanui, yes, that's correct.
Welcome
Thank
here
you.
tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about yourself. So I was very inspired, actually. I first took a Haitian Folkloric Dance class about 2 years ago. I was visiting Little Haiti from Egypt, very far away, and I always loved the West African dance tradition. I myself am a salsa dancer and have danced many genres, hip-hop, but mostly Latin and African styles are my personal favorite. So I took the class and I found it incredibly powerful how much it required from your body and your mind and your spirit. It was a very intense, beautiful experience, but one I think I'm so excited tonight. Many new people are going to experience it tonight. We are hosting here at the FOC Hub a dance class, and more than a dance class, an experience with live drumming and with sound healing. So tell us about, you run Tradition La Kulakay. Tell us about what this dance form represents, where it originated from, what it's inspired from, and tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, let me start about myself briefly. I am Weiselande Cesar. Name was given to me, Yanui Abiona, many years ago by a Yoruba priestess. I have a major in education. I do teach children with special needs. I have a master in that. I've been at Toussaint Louverture Elementary, where I've been teaching since 2005.
And that's how we met.
And of course, in dealing with the children with special needs, or servicing them rather, not the word, trying to also be mindful of the words we use.
Of course.
I found it was necessary to have another platform where you reach out to them, beside the stigmatization being they have learning disabilities, they English language learners or ESOL, low, economic status, whatever else they come with. You
feel these stigmatizations are within the community and
within the community.
Okay.
And it needs to be addressed. And the best way you can address and solve a problem is just tapping into your own skill, whatever you're passionate about. As human and creatures, we are creative beings. We're supposed to create. And that's how we solidify and manifest and connect to the divine, that when we create. So in such, my passion is dance. Beside words and writing, I founded this nonprofit in 2000. Thank God we came to a mini field trip. Our first winter camp, back then it was winter camp. We got a little funding. We had 20 kids in Libre Mapu.
What's their age group?
Ages 6 to 16.
Wow.
20 children, and we're like, okay, not enough funding. We're just kicking this off.
Right.
Mind you, this is about 2008 was the first camp. We did a little field trip right there at Little Haiti Cultural Complex. We just walked in, saw Marie vehicles, and this is how we became a partner. And we've been in residency since then.
Amazing. How did the children first receive the dance? I mean, was it challenging at first? What was their first reaction?
Children are very much open, very willing to learn. The setback is actually from parents, and mainly from our own Haitian people, the Haitian population. I'm finding more and more. Is it
because it's traditional dance, or?
Because it's traditional, and because also, I don't know what it is per se, mindset, mentality. We have not shifted from that and not seen the wealth and the richness is in our own culture. We say it, we sing it, we may just say it to other people, but don't really see the impact of the traditional, whether it's dance or the music. So we do get that setback mainly from the parents.
Do you feel it's also, as an immigrant and diaspora population, sometimes, my family, we were immigrants as well, so sometimes there was a need or a feeling inside, I need to fit in, I need to adopt to Western culture, and unfortunately sometimes that led to negating your culture, and when you and it took time to be proud and to just express it in the streets.
Right on point. So it happens that you said that. So briefly, when I did my dissertation, I did my PhD in Human Services Public Health. So actually my research, the sample population was immigrants or people migrating after the 2010 earthquake.
Wow.
And I wanted to see how they assimilate and the cultural impact based on the parental perception of high-risk behavior, how different cultural factors impact that.
What was a major finding?
Actually, it came to be that as a resilient people, yes, we do say it, but like you said, it's more of survival skills. Yes, we understand, we are very pride people, we're very resilient. We do want to keep our culture, but when it comes in these parts, especially since the 2010 earthquake, we just want to really be fitted. We want to fit in. We want to be feeling welcome.
And succeed.
Succeed.
So what's interesting is a new approach. So here at Future Cities, we do a lot of research and we do programs, and where we believe culture, community, and nature at the core of everything that development should build off of and should celebrate. And I think a new way of thinking that we would love to celebrate is that culture can be an economic drive forward. We shouldn't have to look at it as my home culture is going to hold me back. The opposite. My new culture is adding vibrancy, has benefits to a city, especially because it's foreign. So I feel what you're doing with your nonprofit is a perfect example of that. I mean, you'll see tonight many people signed up who are not Haitian, who are just thrilled about a new experience.
And that's what we want.
Let's go.
That's what we want. We want to keep the culture. We want to also assimilate. We want to preserve, but we also want to be on a platform where it opens to everyone. But, essentially as human beings, we have more alike than
100%. And
not
you'll
alike.
find, I remember when I took that class a few years ago, there was this girl that was so into it, and she was clearly not Haitian, and she was just killing it. And it's just beautiful, as you said. I mean, for me, I feel it was a privilege growing up as an immigrant, because I love that I grew up with different languages and learning from other cultures and sharing and not feeling, there's no barriers, there's no borders, I guess, once with those cultural experiences. So thank you for bringing that for us tonight.
Thank you.
Just two more questions. So one, what drove you to do a PhD? And chase after that type of... I've thought about it many times, but it always felt a daunting
It is
endeavor.
daunting. It is daunting.
And why this topic? And
I don't know how many times I actually said, like, what was I thinking? I'm just going to quit. And I'm like, there's no way I came from this far. I finished all my courses. It's just
incredible.
Sticking to the dissertation process, which is like daunting, like tedious, like very discouraging when you have papers coming back, and especially as a, English language learner. With the way you write, I'm very detail oriented, but when you write in a scholarly paper, it's totally different. Even though I did my research qualitative, I was thinking of doing a mix, but I did a qualitative.
So
interviewing, which actually entails a lot of details, and then finding the themes, and then coming with the implications and your results. But I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to be one of my family members who's gone to getting graduate degrees, masters,
doctorate,
specialists, and doctorate. And it also beats paying the loans.
So last question, and then we'll go get ready for this amazing evening we have prepared. Tell us about this dance form. So today is World Indigenous Day, which is so fitting because I know that so much of the Haitian tradition and spirituality comes from the African ancestry. So speak a bit about what we're about to go dance tonight.
All right, so this specific program from the nonprofit, Tradition La Kulakai Inc., it's the lab. The way the lab came about was when we closed out camp, our summer program, which is a 4-week program at the Little Haiti Cultural Complex. We've been having it since 2013. Ages 6 to 16, 4 weeks. The first 2 weeks, they do youth engagement, research, articulation, debates, just setting goals. And then the second weeks, they get into the cultural aspect, drum, choreography, folk literature, photography. And then every camp, spring and summer, we close it out for showcase. And my thing was like, in the parents who are sitting in the audience, they get so engaged into the children showcasing, drumming and dancing. I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to just extend it and have a lab. So in between our summer program and before we kick off the new season, which starts in September, we have the lab. And the reason behind the lab is I said, we're grabbing the children, but those parents who are also willing to come, that means they're there. they understand the richness of the culture. They still see it as a way to leverage and scale and just capitalize and monetize. It's not just mine, but we can actually bring it to the mainstream. So I'm like, okay, let's do that and just keep at it. So and then of course with research and presenting with National Dance Education, their conferences, I did a blog, I did a few research. I find the need to base it, have the foundation be Yanvalu, which is from Benin, which is basically Yanvalu is all water element, and it tells a story of our passageway.
Wow.
It tells a trauma. It tells the healing factor. So how we traumatize from the passage of water being the element, being the focal point, and also water is a representation of life. It sustains us. So embrace it, yes. So Yanvalu is the base, it's the foundation, Yanvalu, which is really also the serpent. And I always explained it, if you go back to the old medicine, even here in these parts with the ambulance, you see the staff on the ambulance with the snake, the serpent. And biblically, we're not going to go there, but it represents life. It sustains life. So I was like, yeah. So why not use Yanvalu as a base, and we built from there, and then we have the lab, and the lab been happening.
Bless you. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me and sharing all of that. And let's go dance.
Thank you for hosting. Thank you. I'm ready to dance.
Let's go.
Yes. How was that?